In this video, I will show you how to add Yelp reviews to your Wix website quickly and easily. The first thing that we need to do is open up Elfsight. This is the tool that we will be using to build the widget, and I've linked it in the description below. Go ahead and click on that link and it will take you straight over to this page. This link also ensures that everything connects properly when we embed it. From here, just enter your email into this box to sign up for free, and then on this next page, create your password. Just like that, we are signed up and ready to go. Now, from here, once we are signed up to Elfsight, we should be taken over to this screen where we can start to see some of the widgets. But the widget that we are looking for is called Yelp Reviews. So to find this, we just go to this search widgets bar and type in Yelp. And then right here, the Yelp reviews is now going to show up. So we can click into this. And then in here, we can now choose the template that we would like to use. So go down and select the template that you think looks the best. But keep in mind that this is completely customizable in terms of the colors and everything like this. So we can select one and then click down here on continue. In the source area, this is now where we are going to add in our Yelp URL to bring the reviews into this widget. So we just want to go to Yelp. I'll use this example that they give, but we just want to go over to Yelp, pull up your business. And then once this is pulled up, we just go to the top and copy this URL. And then we can simply go ahead and add it into this box. And just like that, it's now going to bring in your reviews. The next thing that we can do is choose if we would like this AI generated summary. So if I turn this on, essentially what this is going to do is it's going to read through the reviews that are in here, and then it's going to give a breakdown of what people are saying. Now we have a few different options for how we would like to style this, like a list or a text, if we would like these animations. So you can decide how to set this up and if you would even like to have this on, and that is the AI summary. We can then come down to the filters. And in here, we can choose how we would like to filter these reviews. Firstly, we can choose if we would like to show reviews without text. So if somebody has left a 5-star review, but they didn't type anything, would we like to show this? I wouldn't recommend having this on unless you have like a very limited number of reviews. And some of these are reviews without text. So we can choose that. We can then choose what reviews we would like to show. So like 3-star and up, 4-star and up, or just 5-star. I'll set this to 4-star as it's a little bit more realistic. We can then choose the total number of reviews to show. And then down here, we can choose if we want to include or exclude certain keywords in these reviews. So just as an example, to show you this, let's take this one, so wedding. I don't know why you would exclude this word, but if I wanted to exclude the word wedding, we can type this in, and it's now going to remove all of the reviews with the word wedding in. So that's how the include and exclude works. So that is the source area. We can then come down to the layout and we can choose the layout of this. We kind of already selected this in the template area, but we can customize this at any time. We can come back into the widget and we can change this. And then depending on the layout that you selected, down here, it's going to give us different combinations and different customizations that we can have with this particular layout. So this is things like the amount of columns, the amount of rows. So we can add like 2 rows, for example. And a lot of these are pretty self-explanatory. Like the autoplay, we can turn this on, and then we can choose in here, if we turn this on, how often we would like this to automatically scroll. So if we set this to 5 seconds, every 5 seconds, this is going to scroll along. So we can go ahead and set that up right there in the layout area. Next, we can go to the header and we can choose if we want to show a header. I think this looks fantastic. So every time I'm adding Yelp reviews to a website, I'll always turn this on. We can customize the style of this and how this looks. And we can even customize what elements are going to be shown in this header area. We also have a widget title if you would like to add this. We can turn this on, choose a title and a caption. So we could maybe say our Yelp reviews, just like this. Next, we can go down to the reviews themselves, so along here, and once again, we can choose how these are going to look. We can choose the source style and how the source is going to be displayed. And then finally, we can come down to the style area, and in here, we can customize the colors and fonts. So we can choose the color scheme. we can choose the accent color. I think red looks fantastic with Yelp because it just fits the brand so well. We can customize the font in this area right here, what font we are going to be using on this widget. And then we can come down to customize elements. And this is where we can really play around and customize the colors and fonts. So we can click into background and we can customize the background color. We can then go into the widget title and we can customize the title color and how this is going to look. And we can do it for essentially each and every section within this widget. And it's going to give us different things that we can change. So once we have this set up and created, and we now want to add this to Wix, all we have to do is click on this publish button up here. And then Elfsight is going to take us over to this screen and it's going to ask us to choose a plan. Now, the plan I recommend getting started with is this free plan because this is going to allow us to add this to the website and test it for free. And then later on, if you do want to upgrade to one of these paid plans, if you want more widgets or if you want more website views, you can upgrade to one of these later on. But for now, just to get this set up, we want to select the free plan. Once that is selected, Elfsight is going to give us this piece of code, and this code is how we are going to add the Yelp reviews to Wix. So to do this, we just click on copy code, and then we can go over to the Wix editor. And in here, we just scroll down on the website until we find whereabouts we would like to add this. So I'm going to add my Yelp reviews underneath this section right here. So we can add a section where we would like to show the reviews. From here, the one that we want to go with is add elements. And then the element that we want to add, from this list, we go to embed code, and it's this one, embed HTML. So we can add this to the site. And then once this box appears, we just go to add your code, paste in the code that we just copied, and click on update. Then after a few seconds, the Yelp reviews are now going to appear, albeit in a very small box. So with this box, we can just drag and we can stretch this out to take up the entire section. So we might need to expand this a little bit. So we can drag this section down. We can drag this down as well. And just like that, that is how you can add Yelp reviews to your Wix website.